Hello, everybody. We're going to try something new today and see how it goes. We're doing some Zen Garden Wisdom, and I'm doing direct streaming to a bunch of different groups, so I don't know how well that's going to show up or not. We'll see. But we're going to do some interesting Zen gardening and chit-chatting while we're Zen gardening today and enjoying each other's company. So, yes. I hope everybody's doing well. Today's topic is going to be on mindfulness. So, we're going to talk about it. So, anyway, hello, everyone. How are you? Everybody who's on our path for spiritual growth. I am Lady Shiya. And I would love for you guys to say something. I may or may not see your comments depending on if you're in a group or not. But I would love for somebody to be able to say at least something to see if it comes through or not. We'll see it on the screen. Again, I'm testing some stuff to see if it works. So, yes, we're going to Zen garden and we're going to talk about things. And what we're going to talk about today is going to be mindfulness. So, I am inviting you on my journey to the realm of mindfulness. It is a practice that is deeply intertwined with the mystical and magical path that we tread together. So, whether you're new to this concept or you're seeking to deepen your existing practice, this is a good discourse and gateway for you to enhance your spiritual connection and personal awareness. While we get to Zen Garden, which I find personally very, very relaxing. So, it's another way to be mindful, right? So, mindfulness is not merely a practice. It's a way of being, all right? And it's about staying fully present in the moment, in the here and the now, engaging in every moment as it unfolds. And in this state, we observe thoughts. Well, I'm going to add this one. We observe thoughts, we observe feelings, emotions, sensations without judgment or criticizing. About embracing in the present, whether it's filled with a light or a shadow, and finding the magic in those moments. So, in our journey as witches and spiritual seekers, mindfulness is a very powerful ally. It helps us sharpen our focus, clear our minds, set our intentions with greater clarity. The heightened awareness and it enhances our magical practices, maybe it in spellcasting, divination, connecting with the natural world. But basically, in being mindful, we're opening ourselves to deeper insights and a stronger connection with the energy of all things. These traditions have woven together over centuries, giving us a diverse and profound understanding of mindfulness. Okay. Ooh, I like this one. Oops. So we can do different things to be mindful and fully present in the moment, right? So, have you ever noticed that Zen gardens never come out exactly the way you're expecting them to? But it still kind of looks cool in the meanwhile. But we're still enjoying it for what it is, Anyway, chaos is a big part of our daily life around here, right? There's always some kind of weird ass chaos that's going on in the world somewhere, right? So mindfulness becomes a bit of a sanctuary for us. It offers a way to navigate the stormy seas of our very fast-paced life with grace and resilience. So by practicing, I'm just kind of randomly grabbing things and sticking them on here. So by practicing mindfulness, we cultivate a sense of peace, a sense of balance, and, basically help us with our emotional well-being in general. There's a piece of hair on that. So mindfulness is very good for us to help us find a place of being fully and clearly present in the moment. All right. So for those of us, and sometimes it's easier to remove something in order to create a little pattern around it. Zen gardening is hard, but it's fun. But anyway, being mindful empowers us to meet life's challenges with a calm mind and centered spirit. Mindfulness is more than just a technique. It is a lifestyle. While we can practice it through meditation, it's also about bringing a mindful approach to every aspect of our life. So that means being fully present in whatever moment we happen to be in. Like I happen to be in this moment right now with the Zen Garden. So I'm feeling fully present in the moment with my Zen Garden. So basically, there's a few different types of mindfulness, foundational principles to mindfulness. Okay, I'm going to move this off. I just realized that was on screen. Oh, well. The first one is non-judgmental awareness. All right. And that's where we observe our thoughts and our feelings. Okay. And we just kind of see what's going on around us. And this is really helpful because have you ever noticed that when you are kind of in a moment, your thoughts aren't fully in the moment. You're normally like, well, what is this person thinking about this? What is that person thinking about that? And we're not like fully like in the here and now. All right. So when we turn around and we bring our awareness to the here and now, what we want to do is we want to do it in a way that is not judgy. All right. We want to turn around and say, okay, I'm not going to judge my Zen garden here. I am going to focus in on the fact that, I'm going to look at the different elements. I see green. Okay. I see green elements and green with the white sand. It kind of has a nice contrast. I'm going to look at these things and I'm not going to judge them. I'm just going to be aware of them. What's happening at the moment? Let's look at full awareness. What am I sensing, seeing, smelling, tasting? Okay, that is non-judgmental awareness. Okay, so you can turn around and know what's going on by looking around at your awareness and saying, I'm not going to judge it. I'm simply noting that these things are going on around me. Okay, it's not saying that, okay, I need to fix this or change this or anything like that. It's simply saying, I'm going to be aware of what's happening around me. Okay, so you're not going to label it as good or bad. I'm just going to simply say, that tree is there. That tree is there. That pagoda is there. How interesting. All right. Next one is about, the next principle of mindfulness is about living in the present moment. We're not going to dwell in the past. We're going to live in the here and the now. Okay. And that's really helpful, especially like if you're being triggered or something in the moment. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to make this into a pond. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a pond. Okay. But when you're in the here and the now and you're fully present in the moment, you're not worrying about the past. You're not worrying about the future. You're not saying, okay, how am I going to pay this bill or how am I going to do this thing or that thing? You are simply saying, hey, I am going to be right here, right now, in this moment, and I'm going to be fully involved. And this is really great when you're spending time with friends or family, or when you've been feeling like higher levels of anxiety. All right. Anxiety and mindfulness actually don't work too well together. All right. So you want to turn around, and when you're mindful, you're able to let a lot of that anxiety go. All right. So you're basically saying, I'm in the here, I'm in the now. I'm not going to focus on whatever is not happening right here and now or in the future. So it's easier to let go of those anxieties. And of course, that brings us to the third principle of mindfulness, which is acceptance and letting go. Okay. You can sometimes, it's kind of like the serenity prayer, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, So basically, here's my little pathway. We're embracing our experiences. We're not clinging to them or pushing them away. We're simply saying, this is the experience that I have right now. This is what I'm experiencing at the moment. All right. So definitely all about being here, being in the now. All right. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying out this thing and I'm not seeing any like chats back. I see several of you on in different groups, but I'm not seeing chats back. So I don't know. We'll see if it's working or not. I'm going to see if I can go to one of my chats and see. Let me see. I can see it in one of my groups. Because again, I'm trying new stuff. Where's the group? Here we go. We're going to go into this group and I'm going to go into my group here and I'm going to say hi and see if it shows up on the chat. It does. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, basically mindfulness is all about being fully present in the moment. There's a lot of things that we can do for mindfulness. There's a lot of different, how do I want to phrase this? I'm kind of looking at my Zen garden and thinking, I'm kind of like zenning and thinking about this and I'm not being fully present in the moment. I'm sitting here talking about mindfulness, but I'm so focused in on, okay, I've got 15 different other things going on. So one of the things that's important is to focus in on what is most important to us at the moment. Okay. So for what's most important to me at the moment is actually talking to people about the mindfulness. All right. So I'm going to actually, we can put a Buddha here. I got a little Buddha. Put our little Buddha underneath. You know, the story of Siddhartha, he sat under a tree. So we're going to put our Buddha under a tree there. Okay. I don't know. I like playing with Zen gardens. How about you? See that little pretty mandala right there. Oops. I wonder if I can make it. Yeah, I can. Okay, that's cool. So I kind of gave it a little bit of a outward thing. So mindfulness is like the act of conscious living, basically. It is the practice of maintaining a moment by moment awareness of our thoughts, emotions, sensations, and the surrounding environment with openness and curiosity. It differs from meditation in that meditation is often dedicated time for practice, while mindfulness is a quality we can bring to every moment of our day. So it's not one of those, let's just sit down and go, all right? It actually involves observing our thoughts and feelings without attaching labels or judgments to them at any point. I'll tell you what, I'm putting a judgment on myself because I can't seem to get this perfect circle. Just going to keep trying. And then if I kind of lift it up like, nope, that didn't work. Slowly lift it up like that. Well, that's okay. I can put this right there. There we go. All right. So basically, what we do is we observe our thoughts and feelings without attaching labels or judgments. I think I've said that like 15 times. And this approach helps us respond to situations with clarity and insight rather than reacting out of habit or impulse. Okay. So basically, what do you guys? Hello, Christine. How are you? What group are? Oh, you're on YouTube, I think. Yeah, you're on YouTube. I'm just working on trying something new. I was thinking that maybe doing like teaching, like a mindfulness teaching on or like different teachings while I'm doing a Zen garden would be really cool. But I'm actually thinking I'm like had this little outline on mindfulness and it's not really working for me. So I'm just going to ditch the outline and just kind of chat. So yeah, let's just chat about mindfulness. So we worry a lot, all right, during our normal days, during our normal things. We're like, when we're working together, when we're trying to go through our day, we're thinking about what's going on, what's going to happen next. All right. And we're always looking like whenever we're having a conversation with somebody, have you ever noticed that many times we are having a conversation in order to respond to a person? We're less about, really understanding what it is the person has to say, and more like, well, how do I want to respond? What is being expected of me in this response? Okay. And so we're not being fully present in the moment. We're not fully paying attention to what a person is trying to tell us. Okay. Or we're multitasking. I don't know about you, but I multitask a lot. Okay. And in my multitasking, sometimes I am able to focus on things, but other times I'm just sitting there like not giving my full attention to each little thing, if that makes some sense. So in the multitasking, you're not really doing a whole lot of good for any particular thing. You're not doing any particular thing well. Now, I guess that's what I'm trying to do here is multitask a little bit. And I'm realizing, I should do this a little bit differently. We're experimenting. We're trying new things. So I definitely want to do some kind of a live with you guys where I'm Zen gardening and we're able to just kind of focus in on that Zen. But I might just, do some meditation and Reiki or something. What do you guys think? What do you think would go well with like some Zen Garden Wisdom? But when we're talking about mindfulness, that would be like listening to somebody without the intent to reply. You're actually turning around and just listening to somebody just to listen. What a novel concept, right? There we go. See, this is my thing of cool shit that goes with my, there's another thing that goes with my Zen garden. I bought these little things off of Amazon, have a little fun with them. So I'm going to take some of them out, set them to the side, so we can play with them and make a new pattern. Don't want that. Don't want that. We're going to turn, on these. So there we go. So what you have to do instead is find a way to like active listening. I find active listening is a really good thing. And this is where you're listening to understand the concept of what somebody is saying, rather than how do you feel about a concept, rather than saying, okay, I'm listening to figure out how I'm going to respond back. Okay. So you don't sit there and say, all right, I'm going to figure out how to respond. I'm going to figure out what I want to say to this person or whatever. It's like, what is this person trying to communicate? What is behind what they're really trying to say? How many times have you ever felt that listened to? All right. That is active listening, but active listening comes best with mindfulness. Okay. Because seriously, we are constantly like, okay, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? I'm hungry. What am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with that? We're constantly sitting there thinking about, okay, I've got this or that going on, or, oh, I know the perfect answer to that, or I want to argue with this person. I have the perfect answer to that argument with that person. Okay. So we need to stop that. We need to stop and take a few minutes to hear, what is this person really trying to say? Here's the thing. When people are communicating, many times people will communicate things that they are trying to say, but not in the most obvious way. What does that mean? That means that they kind of dance around it. Have you ever noticed somebody who uses, let's say, humor? Okay. That their humor is kind of what they use to communicate, and they kind of hide what it is that they're trying to say behind a joke. Maybe they're trying to express that they're hurting, but they make a joke about it. And if you're just listening to respond, then you're immediately off on the joke, like, okay, that was a funny joke, ha 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 ha. When really what that person was doing was trying to express some intense pain or an intense emotion that they are uncomfortable kind of discussing in any other particular way besides a joke. Now, if you're listening to actually listen rather than to respond, then you might actually hear the fact that, oh, they were actually throwing out a real strong context of something that's happening in their lifetime, in their life, that they really need to have somebody care about. You know what I'm saying? Christine says she uses humor a lot. A lot of people do use humor. Okay, we use humor as a good deflection tool. Or to, use that, like, let me tell a joke, and that joke is going to hide what's really been going on in my heart. That joke is going to kind of put it out there in what I consider a safe way or a safe method to see if somebody's going to be receptive to what it is I have to say. Okay. Now, if you're not being mindful, I put a little kind of, we're going to get the shore up there. If you're not being mindful, then you completely miss that. You missed that person who was trying to see if you were going to actually care. Okay, I had a bad day. Ha 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 ha. And instead, are you the person that's like, oh man, I really hate that for you? Are you the person like, oh yeah, that's funny too. I agree with you. That's funny. Ha ha. And again, missing the point of what it is they were trying to say to you. I think I can't have the banks of my little river being that. Can't have the river being that kind of straight. Rivers aren't straight, are they? Rivers kind of near meander. All right, and there's that, and then here's the meandering on this side. There we go. All right, so we're creating our nice little river here. Okay, now let's have our Buddha. I'll take our Buddha here, and he's going to set up underneath the tree. Actually, I'm going to have him facing you guys. So Buddha's going to sit up underneath the tree by the side of the river over here. There we go. There's Buddha. So if we're not fully present in the moment, we're not really thinking about what somebody's saying to us, then we're totally missing the hidden messages. All right. We're not fully present in the moment. How much stuff do you miss because you're worried about what are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with that? What's going to happen here or there or everywhere? Okay. So you got to worry. You got to start looking about being fully present in the moment. Are you really paying attention to what's going on here now? There's the other part of it too. If you're not fully present in the moment, you're going to miss like the little signs that the universe is giving you. All right. The universe gives us little signs here, there, and everywhere that can help us out, that can teach us, that can show us, hey, we, what I call angel GPS. We need to go this way. We need to talk to this person. Okay. And if we're not fully present in the moment, we're all sitting there worried about what's going on tomorrow, what's going on the next day. How are we going to handle this? How are we going to handle that? Then the honest truth is you're going to miss something. You're totally going to miss something. And that's not cool, is it? We'd like to actually be a part of things, right? So let's see if, you know what? I'm going to try one of these other groups. Like I said, I'm testing stuff. There we go. I'm going to try this one. Oh, hi, Adam. You've missed out on so much. Why do you feel like you've missed out on so much? Because you weren't fully present in the moment? It happens. It really does. I mean, we get... Let's put a little bit of moldavite in here. How do you feel about some moldavite? But when we turn around and we're sitting there and focused on, okay, what are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with that? What am I going to do next week? You're not with the people that you're with. You're not participating with the people that you're with. You're not making things, you're not manifesting. You're not using your energy in the right ways. okay, or in any way that's helpful, you're spending all your energy outside of your present moment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, being mindful is really important. Give me a color. Somebody give me a color. I'm going to put some color. Actually, I'm going to put a little pink over here. We're just kind of doing a little bit of a garden going on here. This is our river that we're going to put some nice little rocks along our riverbank here. Just to kind of, oh, isn't that nice little riverbank? Happy little trees as there we go. Oh, let's see. Move that out of the way so you can see our riverbank. Let's see. Shell. And some selenite. Ooh, fluorite. There we go. Isn't that nice? I like that. Being fully present in the moment means that we can really relax and enjoy this purple. Okay, let's see some purple. I've got some purple around here somewhere. No, I do. Purple. I had some light up here. I guess I took the light and put it somewhere else. Let's see. We have purple here. So we got purple. About a little black and pink right there. That'll do. And our petrified wood. There we are. So yes, Zen gardening. We need to take our little our boat. I know, I'm such a child. I just wanted to play in a sandbox, that's all, and share some wisdom. There we go. Now our boat's going on along its merry way. That one's going to, well, I guess we need some more kind of boundaries here. No, boundaries are important. Little green egg. Oh, here's some purple. I found my little bit of light. There we go. Neat. And that's our little pathway. We're gonna make a little pathway. There we go. Pathway. There we are. Oh, isn't that sweet? I like it. I know I'm a weirdo. I freely admit this. Adam says, although mindfully, I've noticed that most people are going through some difficulties. Yes, and when you are fully mindful and when you're fully present in that moment of the mindfulness, you can see the things that people don't say as well as the things that people say. Okay, so I'm doing a Zen chat. So, oh, is the weather getting bad outside? Huh. Somebody told me the weather was getting bad outside, and I'm like, But yeah, no, we're doing Zen chat. So, so how about we do a little bit of meditation script? So how about a little bit of mindfulness meditation? Yeah. How about I be mindful of all this crap I pulled out of there? See, here we go. I love Zen gardens. How about you guys? So why don't we do a mindfulness meditation together? All right. So you can just kind of chill out, go along with this. I'm going to take everything off and start putting things back and just kind of not worrying about a design. We're just going to kind of let things flow. We're going to be fully mindful while we're going to just, what's that? Let things flow as we design our Zen garden. Let's take all of these off. Like a little egg there. All right. So if we're going to do a meditation, then I would invite you. There's a sticker from the bottom of this, I guess. I would invite you to find a nice place to sit down, relax, and let your mind open itself to the experience of this moment, being fully present in the moment. And you can Zen garden with me together. Allow your body to relax, your mind to open, being fully present in the moment. Let's enjoy our awareness of the here and now. Let's start by taking a few cleansing breaths, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Once more, breathing in and breathing out. While you're breathing out, I want you to imagine all the stress going out and away from you, just dissipating out into the air. All the stress go away. Every breath leaves you feeling more grounded, almost like roots are going into the earth from your feet or from your tailbone. Allowing yourself to be connected to the earth, connected to everybody around you through the earth, as we are all here sharing this beautiful planet together. Every breath you feel more stable, more grounded. Now let's be fully present in the now. Let your breathing return to its natural rhythm. Bring your attention to the present moment. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice the weight of your body. The weight of your arms, even the weight of your eyelids. Feel the floor or the chair underneath you. Feel the air on your skin. Feel your chest rise and fall as you take each breath. Feel your belly fill up with air and release. Notice every sensation. As thoughts or emotions arise, observe them without judgment. Imagine them as leaves floating down a stream, coming into your awareness and then drifting away. There's no need to hold on to them or to analyze them. Just let them be. Notice. And then gently bring your focus back to your breath. Turn your attention now to your senses. What do you hear? Perhaps it's the distant sound of birds rustling of leaves, the soft hum of life around you. What do you hear? And then work on being fully present in the moment. What do you hear? I hear music. I hear the hum of my computer. What do you hear? Notice them. Make no judgments about it. Notice the sound. Notice what you hear. Allow yourself to simply be. Do you feel warm? Do you feel cold? Just be fully present in the now. If you notice your emotions in a particular direction, note them, but don't judge them. Simply hold space for yourself. If you're feeling sad, or if you're feeling glad, hold space for yourself with that. Note how you feel, and simply give yourself permission to feel that particular way. Now think about the things that you see and hear and feel around you. Is this where you want to be right now? Are you wanting to be in this space? Or would you like something to be different about this? And if so, what would you like to be different? Consider the environment as you are looking there. What would you like to be different on your feelings, on your thought processes? What are the things that you would like to change? Think about what's worth changing for you. Now, say, yes, these things I would like to change, and I can work towards change. But at this point, I accept that things are not presently like that. I accept things the way they are at the moment, but I recognize that I can change them if it's needed. Now think through about your current environment and the things that you would like to change. How can you change these things? How can you change these particular things that you want to change looking around your environment? Think about it. Consider it. Allow your guides to give you the answers and how to change your present while being in the present moment. Now, let all of that go. Let yourself be centered in this sacred space of awareness where time does not rush, but it slowly passes. Leave the ideas that you had on how you would like things to change in your mind. Thank the universe for the inspiration that it's given you. Recognize that while things are the way they are always able to be changed, always able to be looked at, identified, to fully feel and understand and be fully present in the moment gives you the ability to understand the moment and change the moment the way that you would like it to be. As this meditation comes to a close, take a moment to thank yourself for taking time out to fully understand the here and the now, to understand this moment, to accept this moment, to decide that you have the power to be in this moment and to change this moment as you feel the need to do. Thank yourself for being observant and come fully back to yourself in this moment by gently wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing yourself back to your body, and return yourself to the world around you. It wasn't too bad, taking a moment to observe, to feel, to see. Adam, I get that sometimes we can feel depressed. We can have problems. We can have issues. And I'll tell you, this world around us, okay, it's got a lot of shit. There's a lot to be depressed about in our world, don't you think? I think there's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on the regular, here, there, and everywhere. And we are constantly trying to kind of tell our ass from our elbows in just surviving in this world. Mindfulness is one of those practices that can help us, because there are times where we're going to sit there and think about, well, what about the price of tea in China? Okay. And we can sit there and we can worry about that, or we can say, okay, right now, the price of tea in China doesn't have a whole lot of bearing on my personal situation. I rather care about the price of tea at Walmart, right? You're sad today, Mary. Is there a reason that you're sad today? Let's look at that. Okay. Let's look at emotions through mindfulness. Okay. We've had Adam tell us that he's feeling depressed. We have Mary tell us she's feeling sad today. So let's use a mindfulness practice and say, okay, let's be mindful. You're feeling sad. So if we're being mindful of our emotions and stuff in the moment, all right, which is good. Let's say why. Why is there a reason? Good afternoon, Jessica. Is there a reason you're feeling particularly sad today? Do you have a reason behind the sadness? Let's start with that. Is there a reason behind the sadness that you can pinpoint? That's the first part of being mindful, is kind of understanding where things are at, seeing things where they are. We've identified you're feeling sadness. Is there a reason? Now, many times with an empath, we don't always have a reason. It might be somebody else that's around us that is bringing sadness. Does that make sense? So, Mary, share with me why you feel mutable reason. Okay, so by mutable, meaning that you have a long-term reason. Explain your rationale there. So, I mean, normally, if we're looking at something that's mutable, we're talking about things that are like prone to change. So the reason's changing? Is that what you're trying to say? Because the first thing you want to do is identify why. So if the reasons are changing, let's look at one of the reasons. Is there anything that you can share with us, Mary? As far as this mutable reason of yours? Oh, multiple reasons. Okay. So you have multiple reasons. So you have various things that are making you feel sad. All right. So let me ask you a question. Is there anything that you can do about any of these things that are making you feel sad? Is there any kind of an action that you can take to change this? Or do you want to feel sad? So, we're holding space. Do you want to feel this way? And if you don't, are there things that you can do in the moment? Whoops. Are there things that you can do in the moment that can change how you're feeling? Hey, Leslie, how you doing, babe? We're putting different ones out here right now. So Christine says that she always picks up on the other's energies for when she feels sad. For example, she saged herself and her house today. That's always a good thing. Things that you can do to release some of the energies that are around you. I'm doing okay, Leslie. I'm trying out some new stuff. Hey, Jessica. Can you do me a favor? I want Jessica to try something for me. Let's see. This one will be fun. So I know only I can change my thought process. I can't change what goes on in somebody else's life. That is correct. So are you sad because of something that's going on in somebody else's life? Is that what that is then, Mary? Is where your sadness is coming from? Jessica, can you go into the mentorship circle and try to comment on this video from the mentorship circle for me, my babe? I would appreciate it greatly. Thank you. So you're sad because of stuff that's going on in other people's lives, then, Mary. And you know what? That is a thing. Now, how could mindfulness help you with that? How could mindfulness help you deal with this? Do you think, Mary? I'll give you my thoughts if you would like. But you tell me how you think mindfulness could possibly help you in this sadness where you're sad over... Where you're sad over what's going on in other people's lives. You're sad of what you want to know my thoughts. Okay. So one of the things, if you're sad over what's going on in your daughter's life, first thing you're going to have to do is ask yourself, what can you do to change it? Is there anything that you can do to change or help? Okay. So that's going to be the first question you're going to ask. So Mary, is there something that you can do to change what's going on or help your daughter with what's going on in her life? Now, of course, keep in mind that pesky free will thing where they actually can choose whether or not you are able to help them in their life, because they can choose whether they want you to come in and help them or not. Right? But is just a simple yes or no? You don't think it's working? Okay. So, if there's nothing that you can do to help her within her life, then there are other things that's where witchcraft kind of comes in, is that you can actually turn around and send positive energy, Reiki energy, whatever you would like to assist somebody in their life. Okay. So that's something that you can do and be able to let go of some of the sadness, because you're doing what you can on your side. And then you've got to kind of release them in the moment and just let them know, hey, I'm here. All right. You can't hold on to it. If you sit there and you hold on to it, then you're not being fully present in the here and now. Mindfulness is one of the things that you can be like, okay, what can I do right here and right now? And either A, you can do something about it, or B, you can't. And if you can't, then you let it go and being fully present in the moment until there is something that you can do. Does that make sense? Open the blinds and bring the sun in. If there's sun outside to be had, like right now, there's no sun outside here to be had. It's a gray day. It is a very gray day. So, yeah. But you can get some sunshiny lights and things like that. You can do positive energy, yes. But you got to find, what you do is you do what you can. You find something that you can do. Either sending positive thoughts, Reiki, whatever. And then you bring yourself back to the moment. Being fully present in this moment, here and now. Okay? So that you can be doing what it is that you need to be doing. Because if you're sitting there sad constantly, well, I think we all do. But if you're sitting there sad, constantly dwelling on what anybody else is doing, and that's what's making you sad, then you're not being fully present in the moment. Mindfulness can bring you to the here and now. Now, if you get in the here and now, right here, right now, for the moment that you can do things, Mary, are you still sad in that moment if you're just focusing on right here, right now? Don't necessarily let things go, but what I'm saying is do what you can and then let it go for the time being, and then only pick it up when it's needing to be present again, when there's something that you can do about it. Okay? Because if you're sitting there constantly freaking out over things that you can't do anything about, then you're going to absolutely make yourself crazy. Okay? You're gonna drive yourself up a wall. You know? So, you're excited for Friday the 8th? What's so special about Friday the 8th, Jen? I'm excited about Saturday the 9th. Would you guys like to know why? I'd be happy to show you. This is why I'm excited. Oops. I need to move this down. There we go. There we go. That's why I'm excited about the 9th. Because Mythical Treasures Gateway Fair. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to be there. Lots of cool people going to be there. So yeah, come and check it out. I'll be there. Lily and Nona's will be there. You understand what I mean? Yeah. It's not necessarily about letting things go permanently, Mary. Okay. I'm not saying, let's just ditch your daughter. Okay. There's nothing you can do about it. So fuck her. Yeah, no. That's not what we're doing. She's your daughter. You're always going to have a concern or a worry for her or what have you. Okay. So when you feel a particular energy like that, where you're kind of concerned or worried, think about it. See if there's anything that you can do tangibly in the moment to help her. If there is not, then send energy, do what you can in that moment, and then let it go until it comes back up again. Okay? And if it comes back up again because she calls, then maybe there's something that you can do to assist her at that time. If it comes back up again just because your thought move in that direction and, your brain goes there, look and see, is the universe bringing your awareness to that moment so that there's something that you can do? Okay? But if we're fully present in the moment, then we're listening to the things that the universe is telling us that we need to do or that we could do. Or that we need to pay attention to, or we could help with somebody, or we can't help with somebody. Okay? So when we're fully present in the moment, we address it, and then we let it go, and then we go back to being fully present in the here and now. Okay? That's what mindfulness is about. I wish you could too, Jess. Now, if anybody's commenting and I'm not answering because I don't see your comments, if you don't see your comments up here on the screen over here, okay, which right over here, then I'm not seeing your comments. So come over to one of the main pages if you want me to be able to see your comments on that, okay? Which would be the Lady Shiya, the Witch Coach Lady Shiya, or on the YouTube. And then I'll be able to see your comments. I wanted to try to test this on the groups to see how well it would work. You ever notice that you can never get the Zen sand completely, like, without blemish? You get close, but not completely without blemish. But being fully present in the moment means that you're not going to sit there and just dwell on it for no specific reason. All right. And sometimes, and this is one of the great things about witchcraft or even spirituality in general, is that if you have somebody that you're worried about, you can take a moment and you can either say a prayer for them, send them good energy, send them good magic. You don't have to sit there and be completely helpless like, oh, well, even if they turn around and say, I don't want the help, you can still be like, okay, I'm sending love. I'm sending positive energy so that they have the energy that they need to be able to deal with this in the way that they choose. Does that make some sense? Sometimes you can predict the negativity around you before it happens. Well, that is a thing that happens a lot with empaths and clair empaths, okay? Is that we can see things before they happen. We can sense them. We can feel them. What have you, okay? So how does that work with mindfulness, that psychic ability? Well, one of the things that's important is that you don't dwell completely in the past or completely in the future when you're working on your mindfulness journey. Okay, you are working instead on, okay, I am looking through a window into the future, but I am not going to completely live there because I have to react to the here and now. Okay, so when you have an insight, you take the insight and you look at it and you file it away in the right area, in the right timing. Like, okay, I know that sometime in the next month, I'm going to have something a financial windfall come. That's great. All right, I'm going to prepare myself for this financial windfall. However, until it comes in, I'm going to be in the here and now. I'm going to be fully present in the moment, and I'm going to make sure my bills are covered and paid for and so on and so forth until that windfall comes my way. All right, that's being fully present in the moment. Don't... Michelle, I'll be doing my tarot live tonight at 6 p.m. Okay. So if you would like for me to pull cards for you, come back at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for my Dances with Witches live. This is just Zen gardening and Zen Garden Wisdom. So yeah, you can't turn around and sit there and constantly look towards, like, later. If you're constantly looking out that window to the future, you're going to trip on the here and the now. Okay. You'd be like, oh yeah, I've got a windfall coming my way later. Okay. That's great, but it's not there now. So how are you going to buy your groceries today? All right. You got to be fully present in the here and in the now in order to really address things as they're meant to be in the moment. Does that make some sense? So if you're predicting negativity that's going on around you, then you can either do something about it. And if you can, then make a plan, do what you can. And B, if there's nothing that you can do about it, then is the point that you turn around and say, okay, there's nothing I can do about this right now. So I'm going to file this away for future reference until there is a time and a place that is appropriate for me to do something about it. That's kind of how that works. We spend a lot of our time with anxiety and with worrying. All right. And I'll tell you, the anti-anxiety is mindfulness, being fully present in the moment. You can plan, you do what you can in the moment, and make plans for future moments or what have you. But you don't sit there and just constantly like, okay, I made my plan of how I'm going to handle this problem, this situation. Now I'm going to play this bill. Now I'm going to go ahead and make dinner because people need to eat. All right. That's being fully present in the here and the now. All right. So then you're like, okay, I've made this plan for later. I've done what I can for the time being, but I'm going to go back to being fully present in the here and in the now. Here's my creative way of making a river. Here we go. Trans-Siberia. Oh, I love Trans-Siberian Orchestra. That's great. Now, see, if you're not, there's a lot of people that are not fully present in the moment. They get their cell phones out. Oops. I guess we're going to leave that there. They get their cell phones out and they're paying more attention to their cell phones than they are to hanging out with whoever they went to a concert with or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So that's not being fully present in the moment. So we want to find ways to be able to say, okay, I'm in the here and now. This is what I'm doing. In the here and now, this is how I'm handling things. In the moment, you know? So what other topics would you guys like to talk about today? We've talked about mindfulness, being fully present in the moment. Okay, being able to turn around and lock ourselves into the here and the now. You're welcome. It's less about self-discipline, Mary. It's more about what can I do about this right here, right now? What can I do about it in this moment? Okay, there's nothing I can do about it at this moment. I will do what I can, and then I will pull this up for a future moment. And if you've got to use reminders on your phone or a calendar or whatever, then do that. Okay, do whatever it takes to be able to be fully present in the here and now. So that you can say, okay, I'm going to remember this for later, but right now there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm not going to worry about that right here, right now. I'm going to focus on the here and now. You're not so love life. Well, absolutely. And today is a full moon. So we will be doing a very powerful let go of the old and embrace the new full moon magic spell today. So I hope you guys come on to participate in that. We have the full moon in Gemini. Oh, it's going to be great. Here, you want a preview of the spell? Hold on, here's a preview of the spell. That's the Gemini full moon spell preview. Okay? So there you go. That's a quick preview. So we're going to be doing the release and clarity for the future. Well, you guys will definitely want to do the spell thing tonight then for sure. So what do you think about like our kind of fireside chat moving to a Zen Garden chat? You guys like this idea? Yay, nay, or otherwise? You like it? I just figured this was something I could do when I get a wild hair and it's not reading time, but we want to have a discussion. We can talk about whatever. I wish that the groups would work a little bit better with the chat. I cleared all the cache and everything to see if that would work, and I'm not seeing it working the way I want it to do. But being able to have a nice fireside chat, Zen Garden Wisdom chat, actually, is what we're going to call it. Ooh, clear it all out. I got this lovely little kind of brass thing at an antique store. And I got the rest of this stuff off of Amazon a while back. And I've been like, I like Zen Gardens, but I wanted to find a way to make it work really well with what we're doing here. Nice, relaxing, chill out time, you know? So if I shake it like that, it kind of smooths out a little bit better, but you still got wrinkles in it. Even when I'm going really light on this, I'm not putting any pressure on it when I'm doing that. I'm just kind of letting its own weight. It's just kind of, there we go. Nice and relaxing. Focused in on being fully present in the moment. Not worrying about anything for the moment. Nothing that we can do about it right now. Don't hold on to it right now. There is something you can do about it right now. Do something about it right now. Don't procrastinate. Just do it. Because if you can, then do. And if you can't, then do what you can and move on. That's really what mindfulness is all about. That's really the core of it. Maybe. But the biggest thing that helps anxiety, Jessica, is finding out when you can do something about it, you do something about it. When you can't, you don't, and you let it go. I don't know. In some ways, like trying to get this surface completely clean is its own anxiety-inducing thing. Depends on how ADHD or how OCD you want to be about it, right? That's actually pretty good. I feel pretty good about that. But now we can mark it all up again. Now I know Ashley Hart has some nice little small Zen garden boxes for sale. So you can talk to her about that. do. I don't know. I just can't get that design the way I want it to go. I'm not entirely sure what I want it to do anyway. All right. What ideas do you guys have on the design ideas should I do on here? This rake is not spaced exactly. How strange. Wonder if I move it down here. Nope, it's still not spaced exactly. That's because this one's turned. Okay. Well, that's okay. I guess we don't need it to be precise. It's a Zen garden. One of the things about Zen gardens is, that's a mindfulness practice all by itself. Hearing that, the kind of noises from it. It's date night for just the two of you. We'll do a group date night, and then when Mandy gets home from her vacation. Well, that sounds like a fun time. But yeah, being fully present in the moment helps with anxiety a lot, and it lets us listen to what the universe is saying. Lets you listen to what another person is saying, truly. like absolutely hear them instead of just, listening in order to respond. It's better to listen to actually hear what somebody's saying. Now, that's one thing I will say about narcissists. Narcissists are typically listening to be able to respond. They're always listening for, like literally the whole Miranda rights thing. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of the narcissist. Yes, that's a thing. They will do anything that they can do in order to use it against you. Narcissists are actually really decent listeners. They learn how to hear what people aren't saying as well as what they are saying, simply because they want to use everything. And yes, Jonathan says, for anxiety, we can avoid, alter, adapt, or accept. I say ocean waves and Celtic spirals. Okay, ocean waves. Well, let's get this all straightened out then. Now, Jonathan mentioned Celtic spirals, so I'm going to do an actual labyrinth. All right. If you guys can see it on here, I think you'll be able to. Once I clear the sand out a little bit. All right. You're going to miss the live tonight. Aw, sad face. Now, when we do a labyrinth, we're about going in towards the center. We go into the center of ourselves, into the center of our psyche, and then back out. And bring what we learn back out to the world. This is the labyrinth energy. Okay, so showing you again. Oops, wrong thing. So we're going to do the labyrinth one more time. Here we go. I'm going to put the So like on the old tour, the labyrinth on the tour at Glastonbury goes with this design too. Start at the outside. You slowly work your way in towards the center, going into the self, into the psyche, into the divine, into all those things which are at the core of our being. And then once we come in there, we make our realizations, and then we bring them with us back out to the world and back to the surface. That is one style of labyrinth. Beautiful, right? Let me put a little bit of something in the center. There we go. Now there is the other style of labyrinth, which is like the processional way. And I'll show you that one. And so the other cool thing that you can do with the Zen Garden is you can make spells and sigils in the sand. So there's another type of ceremonial progression labyrinth when you're going towards the center of something. That's the one where you start here, go all the way around, and then you double back. Go all the way around, and then you double back. Now you'll notice I'll do my double back all at the same point here. That is not required. You can do the double back at various points. So you can go back through here and then double back here, so on and so forth. Okay, to create different patterns, processional pattern, you know. And this is known to be a meditative practice of going into the center by going back and revisiting the areas that have already been visited. So if you're working on getting into your heart center, there you go. So yeah. All right. So we've talked a lot about mindfulness today, and we've had a little bit of fun with our Zen Garden. Tonight, I will be back at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a little bit of full moon magic tonight. So don't miss out. Are you ready to deepen your spiritual journey? If so, let's take it to the next level together. I'm Lady Shiya, psychic, medium, doctor of divinity, and your witch coach with over 36 years of experience in witchcraft. I invite you to the Mystical Mentorship Circle. This is the haven you've been searching for, especially if you're an empath or thirsting for a like-minded community. We learn everything from shadow work, Reiki, runes, tarot, astrology, and even life skills that matter. The best part? You get all of this for only $25 a month. You're not just learning, you're growing alongside a supportive community that understands you. Plus, you get special perks like free monthly readings, discounts on live events, master classes, and personalized mentoring from yours truly, the Witch Coach. Let your journey begin now. Visit ladyshiya.com. All right, see you guys tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then after that tonight is going to be the Music and Magic Show with the Wolf, Old Wolf Music. And my Old Wolf will be live at rochesterfreeradio.com from 9 to midnight tonight. So come hang out. Don't miss out on it. It's going to be fan-frickin-tastic. All right, see you guys tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you tonight, guys.